Dear Diary, a Miraculous Ladybug Fanfiction series wherein Marinette writes in her journal each day. If you haven't heard the first month of Dear Diary, you can find a link to it in the description box below. The artwork for the thumbnail and opening image is from Evart and Dadum on Tumblr. You can find a link to her other social media in the description box. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and check out other videos on this channel for more fanfiction. Dear Diary, can you believe it's been over a month since Cat Noir started dropping by? I sure can't. I only mention it because he didn't stop by today and I reread you while I was bored. I wonder what he's up to. Now that I think about it, I haven't seen him in a few days. At least, not since he showed up with some cat scratches. Get it? Cat scratches? I'm spending too much time with him. I feel a little closer to him now than a month ago, and I suppose that's to be expected. But it's different than when I'm Ladybug. I mean, I'm sure he and Ladybug will grow closer over time as well, but there's a different sense of intimacy between him and I when I'm Marinette. I wonder if it's all in my head? Oh well. Good night, Diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, Cat Noir stopped by today. The cuts on his face are almost gone, but he didn't look like he had a lot of energy. We haven't had any Akuma fights for a while, so I hope he takes the superhero vacation to rest up and pull himself together. I hate that I'm saying this, but I think he needs a visit from Ladybug. But how can I meet him without causing a ruckus? Do I tell him to meet her as Marinette? Or do I wait until he shows up here again as Cat Noir and call him via our Miraculous? I'll have to think about that. Oh well. Until tomorrow, Diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, I jinxed myself. Cat Noir showed up again. Just not in my room. He was on the roof of the Agrest mansion last night, for some dumb Cat Noir reason, I'm sure. I don't understand what goes through that boy's head, especially at night. Adrien's father even called the cops on him. It was this big deal. Gabriel Agrest even interviewed on live television for the news channel. He says he has no idea how my partner got in from the outside without tripping the alarm. I hope he stops by soon. I never thought I'd be missing Cat. Stranger things have happened, I suppose. Oh well. Good night, Diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, that's it. I'm coming for that boy. How dare he just mope around? There was an Akuma victim today, and although he was focused during the fight, he just lagged around after it was done, almost not caring if all of Paris was there to see him de-transform. Ugh, I've had it. That boy's got a lecture coming his way. I don't care if it becomes a public spectacle. He needs a good talking to. A talking to and a little bit of love. I'll let you know more tomorrow, Diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, I didn't get to see Cat Noir today, but I did leave some crepes on the rooftop as temptation. They were gone when I went to go check, and I can only hope it was the cat and not the birds who got them. No sign of Adrien. I hope he's okay. In the meantime, I'm still working on my plan to whip Cat Noir back into shape. I'm curious to see where it'll go, Diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, I shouldn't have told Alia about the zoo, but I did. She's freaking out. To be honest, she kind of psyched me out too. Is it a date? A hangout? Who knows? Definitely not me. She spent 4 hours at my place trying to dress me up like a Barbie doll. Apparently, my outfit has to be perfect. Her words, not mine. For tomorrow at the zoo. Like, what's the big deal anyway? Ugh. Good night, Diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, what a day. So I met Cat Noir at the zoo, right? Wrong. You know those ridiculous, attention-seeking horse-drawn sleigh things that tourists love? He showed up in one of those, wearing a panda hat. I can't deal with this boy. Apparently the bakery was flooded with business after we left, so that's good, I suppose. Moving on. The zoo itself was great, if not a bit smelly. We stopped at one of the 2 restaurants, and he somehow convinced the chef to make one of those big American pretzels for us to take on the road. I don't know how he does it, but that boy has a silver tongue. He was able to convince the zookeeper to let us in with the pandas. Of course, the panda hat he refused to take off only helped his case. It's amazing what you can convince a business to do when you're an idol and promise photos for their ads. I feel like we cheated our way through the day. It was nice that he didn't brush off the kids. There were probably 3 dozen little boys and girls who came up for a photo, autograph, or just to talk throughout the day, and he made sure to give each of them a healthy amount of attention despite my presence. He's a good guy. I hope he's just as happy without the mask as he is while he's wearing it. It's been a while since I've seen him laugh like he did today as we fed the penguins. Yet another publicity stunt. I'm a little intimidated by how much influence and power he has now. All in all, it was a pretty good day. I'll see you tomorrow, diary. Marinette. Dear diary, please kill me. The zoo adventure I had? It was today's headline. Cat Noir hosts penguin feeding event at the Paris Zoo. The journalist didn't mention me by name, but it was a photo of him and I feeding the Arctic birds together. We look like a couple. Gross. That and Chloe gave me a hard time about it in class today. She's been especially snarky since Adrien hasn't been here. He's still suspended from school. I'm dying. Ugh. Good night, diary. I'll see you tomorrow. Marinette. Dear diary, Adrien came back. My Adrien is back. They lifted his suspension early. I mentioned to Cat Noir how much I missed a classmate who was suspended back when we were at the zoo. I hate to think of it, but I wonder if he said anything, or promised anything for that matter, to get him back in school. Cat Noir does have a lot of power with our Parisian local leaders. I guess that boy's useful for something, right? Good night, diary. Marinette. Dear diary, you'll never guess who I got paired up with for the biology project. Nathaniel! I was hoping for Adrien, but the teacher thought he'd be suspended longer when she made the assignments, so I'm going to get to class early on Monday in hopes of asking her if he can join our group. Wouldn't that be awesome? I got a great start on it already. Cat Noir came by and we plotted an outline for it. It's almost like he'd done the project before in his spare time. That cat boy is full of surprises. Good night, diary. Marinette. Dear diary, Alia, Nino, and I stopped at Adrien's house today to say hi, and we ended up watching Disney's Hercules together. I asked him if he'd like to join my biology group project, but it turns out he already finished it last week while under house arrest. Boo. Cat Noir stopped by tonight and asked me about Adrien. I tried to brush it off, but he started singing I Won't Say I'm in Love from Hercules. Talk about timing. That boy certainly likes to tease me, that's for sure. I'll write you tomorrow, diary. Marinette. Dear diary, I feel bad for Nathaniel. Cat Noir and I already did most of the project together. He pulled me in to rest my head on his shoulder as we worked on it. I'm still not used to touching guys, but I suppose he's a nice place to start. Besides, it's not the first time he's tuned into his feline side when he's around me. It was strange that he kissed my forehead when he left. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh well. Good night, diary. Marinette. Dear diary, I didn't wear the hairpin today, but when Adrien came into the bakery, he told me I would look nice if I pinned some hair back to frame my face, so I might use it tomorrow. Also, can we talk about that? Adrien came by the bakery again! And he played with the cat, too. She, turns out the cat is a girl, seems to be in love with him, despite the fact that he's a stranger. Not that I blame her. If I was a cat, I'd give Adrien Agreste all of my attention, too. No Cat Noir again today. Oh well. I saved an extra crepe for him today, but it's in the trash now. All right again tomorrow. Marinette. Dear Diary, I don't know how to respond. I don't know what to do. Why would Cat Noir do that? I know it isn't actually that big of a deal, but why? Why would he do that? I can't. I can't handle this. This isn't what our relationship is. I'm freaking out, Diary. I'm freaking out. This is not okay. This is so many levels of not okay. I can't. I need to go to bed. This came out of nowhere. I'm going to bed. I can't handle today. This is not what I need in my life right now. How dare he complicate my life like this? That dumb cat. That dumb cat. Marinette. Dear Diary, I'm still extremely upset at Cat Noir. Like, I can't even talk about it. Ugh. But Adrien took me out to lunch today. Can you believe it? Oh, you should have seen the look on Chloe's face. It was priceless. That, and even Alia and Nino exchanged some glances as he led me out of the classroom. It was like I was flying. Of course, me and my awkward self had to ruin it by agreeing and nodding like an idiot whenever he tried to bring up a conversation topic. By the time the food came, he stopped trying to talk to me altogether. It was horrible. Ugh, I'm such an idiot. What if he doesn't like me anymore? What if I'm just Marinette, the girl with the pink face who stutters, to him? I don't want that. Ugh. Good night, Diary. I hope I'm not this much of a klutz tomorrow as well. Marinette. Dear Diary, my dad gave Cat Noir the biggest lecture of his life today for coming in through my bedroom window again instead of using the front door like a civilized human being. He doesn't know what Cat did on Monday, and I don't know what Dad would do if he did. Would he barrel over in laughter? Beat Cat up? I don't know. It was an accident after all. I did let him sit on the couch with me, but I'm still upset about the underwear drawer incident. That dumb cat. I hope for his sake he doesn't show up tomorrow. Good night, Diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, so it's been 3 days since I found out that Cat Noir hid Camembert in my underwear drawer, and I'm finally starting to cool down. To be honest, I still can't believe he did that. Did he not realize how bad of an idea that was? That I wouldn't be able to smell it? That, and in my underwear drawer, of all places? Like, why? Just, why there? That's gross. He didn't seem to realize it was my undies, though. I keep my bras in one covered box and panties in another, so you can't tell it's my delicates from the outside. But still, it was a violation of privacy. Anyway, he didn't show up today. Nothing exciting happened anyway. Good night, Diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, there was an Akuma fight today. It's been a while, but Cat Noir seemed to be at the top of his game today. I wonder if something good happened. His face was completely healed, so he probably hasn't gotten in another fight recently. That's good, I suppose. He didn't stop by after the fight. And by stop by, I mean my bedroom, of course. I think the combination of my dad's lecture and the underwear drawer incident happened a day apart kind of traumatized him. I hope he comes back, though. It's his turn to buy kitty food. Speaking of, the little fur ball is strong, but her claws are ruining everything. She's now banished to my room until we get her properly trained for a scratching post, which means all of my bedroom furniture is getting beaten up. Oh well. That's the price of a cat, I suppose. I'll write again tomorrow, Diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, Cat Noir stopped by today, but when I tried to question him about the inappropriate Camembert, he would shrug and curl away from me. Weirdo. At least own up to your actions, man. Oh well, I'm over it. Like, I'll still tease him about it, but I don't need to stay upset over it. I know he's a good guy that made a mistake. That's all. Besides, he put his head in my lap and asked me to play with his hair before he left. All is well in our little world. I have to wonder what his life is like. Behind the mask, that is. Good night, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, what a pleasant Sunday. Cat Noir took me out for brunch today. It was nice to sit and talk to him over orange juice without any household distractions or an Akuma victim tearing up the city. Turns out the kid knows quite a bit about fashion. We talked about the upcoming London Fashion Week that I'm excited to stream, and I think we made plans to watch it together. He offered to bring some bento boxes. What a nerd. That we could eat together while watching. That was him making plans. Right? I don't know, diary. I value this relationship with him, but it's starting to feel like we're going to become best friends at this rate. I'll keep you posted. Marinette. Dear Diary, it almost worries me how natural it is for Cat Noir to be in my life. I know I'm also Ladybug, but Marinette is just Marinette. There are thousands of other girls in Paris he could spend his time with. What makes me, as a civilian, so special? Am I, perhaps, part of his everyday life? But then, who could he be? Who's in my life that I influence enough that he feels like he has to be a superhero to spend time with me? I think I've given myself plenty to think about, don't you, diary? Oh well. Good night, Marinette. Dear Diary, today, sitting behind Adrien in class, I had a stunning realization. What if Cat Noir knows that I, Marinette Dupeng Cheng, am Ladybug? If so, does that mean he doesn't like me for me? We only hang out because of a small part of who I become? I didn't think my relationship with him as Marinette would bring me so much stress. Then again, I don't know why I'm surprised. Cat Noir's existence has always been stressful for me, right? Oh well. Good night, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, Cat Noir didn't stop by today, but I made a plan. I'm going to ask him about Ladybug to see how he reacts. If he doesn't freak out, then I know he doesn't know it's me. But if he does, well, then we'll be having an intense conversation, now won't we? Thinking about it makes my stomach hurt, if we're being honest. To be honest, I'm a little scared. That, and if I mess up and he finds out because I bring it up, then I'll lose this. I'll lose the friendship, because no matter how he feels about both versions of me, he will treat me differently. There's no way not to. I'd do the same if I knew his civilian self. Ugh. I'm actually a bit scared to do this, diary. Wish me luck. Marinette. Dear Diary, my heart's still pounding. I asked Cat Noir if he knows who Ladybug is while we were playing Mario Kart today. He paused the game and winked at me with a, "Wouldn't you like to know?" I rolled my eyes at it at first, but then he set down his controller and put an arm around me. I froze as he drew closer because, for a moment, I thought he was going to kiss me. He didn't, but I can still feel my cheeks burn as my heart skips. It isn't supposed to be like this. Cat Noir isn't supposed to make me feel like that. He's just a guy friend. We're friends. I just got a little confused from how close we've gotten. That's all. Marinette. Dear Diary, I can't stop thinking about Cat Noir. He didn't stop by today, and that just made it worse. His face just keeps appearing in my head. I can't get him out. Even when I tried designing something to take my mind off of him, he was there. You'll never guess what I made. A metal headband with cat ears, like Taylor Swift's 22 music video. I hate myself for it, but once I realized it, I made a second one for Cat to wear as a civilian because he'll fall in love with it. That dumb boy. I hope I see him again tomorrow. Good night, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, as expected, Cat Noir loved the present. He kept saying he wished he had a Polaroid camera to take photos with. What a dork. Obviously, I was the only one affected 2 days ago. He didn't blink an eye at the distance between us as I sat next to him on the couch today. Is this all just in my head? Or was he just playing it cool? I hate not knowing. I like facts, not deceiving emotions. I hope I figure this out soon, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, today was a surprise. You know how Cat made a comment about a Polaroid? Well, the kid went out and got one. At least, I think he did. I came back tonight from Ollie's place and there was a Polaroid taped to the monitor on top of a boy's head. The newly created wire cat headband resting on top. Turns out Cat Noir is a natural blonde. I'm not sure why I'm surprised. I guess I didn't think about what his civilian self looks like until now. I'll admit I laughed when I saw the photo. It's totally his style. I wouldn't be surprised if his Instagram account looks similar. I hope I get to see him tomorrow. Good night, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, I teased Cat about being a natural blonde today. He just laughed it off and used it as an opportunity to ask me to play with his hair for a while. His hair is pretty thin, but I made sure to slide in some bobby pins as a joke throughout the night. The face he made when he realized what I was doing was priceless. We laughed about it for a good 10 minutes. Good times, good times. I'm starting to look forward to the evenings he drops by. I wonder how long it'll last. Oh well. Good night, diary. Marinette. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this channel to stay up to date on the latest parts of your favorite fanfiction. The next month compilation of Dear Diary will be up shortly. Thank you again for watching. I'll catch you next time.